Hello everyone, this is Lam here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sennheiser lavalier mics. I really do love lavaliers because they're very convenient and I like how the lavalier sounds. Now, to make a long story short, I was actually going to pick up another set of the wireless Go's, but these were on sale for $200. The reason why I want to mention this right now, at the price point of $350, you really want to look at the wireless Go's, and there is a lavalier mic that Rode makes for it, and it bumps the price up to around $280, which is still going to be cheaper than $350. So if you are looking at the Sennheisers, what I would recommend is that you only buy them when they're on sale, which is going to be at $200, which is really competitive with the wireless Go set. Now, from what I have seen, these mics go on sale a couple of times each year. So if you are interested in them, definitely wait for that sale because at $200, this is a very good value. So right away, when you open up the box, you'll notice the two tubes, and these are going to be the receiver and the transmitter for the wireless system. As you can see, this one right here, this is going to be the receiver. So this obviously will be the transmitter. And as you can see by the symbol, this is the one that's going to plug in the lavalier mics. Other than that though, they both look the same. They have a USB-C plug on one side and then an audio plug on the other side. It comes with one belt clip that you can attach to either the transmitter or the receiver. You have your standard audio cable. What I do like about the Sennheiser version is that there is a locking nut on one of the sides so that you can ensure it doesn't get unplugged accidentally if it's getting moved around. Here is a holder that you can actually plug into your hot shoe, so you can go ahead and just lock it in, and we'll see it in action here in a second. And finally, of course, we do have the lavalier mic from Sennheiser. I really like how these sound. This is the reason why I'm really attracted to this type of system, because I really love their lavalier system. Right now, you've been listening to the Rode Wireless Go, so when we get all of this unboxed, I'll definitely plug this in, and you can kind of compare the audio results from this video. You'll have your standard set of manuals, and you'll also get a set of stickers. So if you have multiple versions of the Sennheiser audio, you know which one is pairing to which. So in the first part of the video, you were listening to the Rode Wireless Go with a lavalier. I just don't have it plugged up right now. I went ahead and I charged these up, which does take a couple of hours, and I have tested this with this camera, and I made sure that it wasn't running hot, so I wasn't actually peaking over what I should be for audio. And from what I can tell with just playing with it for the last couple of hours is that they give a really hot signal, which is really good. I actually set my Fuji X-T3 to minus 19.5 dBs in order to get a nice clean signal. At minus 19.5 dB, I do normalize my sound, and I do add a little bit of adaptive noise canceling just so that it has nice clean audio, and that's what you're listening to right now. I personally don't like to do a whole lot of audio processing, so now you can kind of tell what the Rode Wireless Go sounds like and also what the Sennheiser sounds like. A couple of things that I can already tell just from using this for the last couple of hours is one, don't really like the battery life on these as much as I would on the Rode Wireless Go. This states that it could last up to 5 hours, while this states that it lasts up to about 7, and I've tested this to about 6.5 hours and it runs really well. So I'm expecting something similar, probably 4.5 to 4 hours on these. Now, one thing that I do really quickly want to say about these Sennheisers, and it's the same thing that I said with the Rode Wireless Go, is that because these are rechargeable lithium-ion batteries in these and you can't replace them, they do have a finite lifespan because eventually these lithium-ion batteries will wear out. And something to be well aware of is that every single time you charge this thing, it acts as a cycle. And these lithium-ion batteries typically last for about 500 cycles. So you really have to watch the cycle on these wireless units if you want them to last for a very long time. So that's something that as a professional or as a content creator, you should be well aware of. If you're going to go through a lot of cycles, you might want to invest in a wireless unit that actually takes external batteries because it's going to last you significantly longer. But if you're actually good at watching how much time you actually put in these units and only recharge them when you need them, and you can actually make these cycles a little bit lengthier, then these things could last you a very long time. This is something that you just have to be aware of because you don't want to be at a shoot and have this run out of batteries. One good thing about these type of units is that you can always attach them to a battery bank and they still continue to run. So as they get a little bit long in the tooth and they can no longer hold the charge as well, you can kind of just keep a battery bank on them all the time, and that will extend the lifespan of these particular units. But it's just something to be aware of, because a lot of people wonder why, over time these units just wear out so quickly. It really all depends on how often you charge these units, because that's what's going to give it the most wear. What I want to do next is I'm going to go to my computer, listen to both these clips on my computer, and I kind of want to give you my first initial opinions on both these wireless mics. Just keep in mind, it's just initial opinions, and then we'll just go from there. So I have been playing with these audio files for a little bit from these video clips, and I can kind of give you my initial opinions about the Sennheisers right now. But before we actually talk about that, one quick thing that I do want to say is that we are on our third set of wireless lavalier mics. These are the Sony ones, so you can compare the three and kind of judge what you like, because they do sound very different, mostly because of the lavaliers that I'm using, but they're all in the relatively the same position, so you can kind of hear what they sound like and determine whether or not you like any of them. One of the things that I want to talk about very quickly is that there really is no clear winner in the wireless market. All of them do something really well. Keep in mind, I have a lot of experience with the Rode Wireless Go, and I have a lot of experience with the Sonys, but the Sennheisers are new to me, so these are kind of just initial thoughts, but I will give them to you and you can kind of just run with them. Always ask more opinions, or always try them out before you buy them, or watch a lot more reviews. Now, when it comes to audio quality, it is a mixed bag, because there is no clear winner. So if you're thinking one's better than the other, I'm sorry to tell you, it's just not something that I'm going to say. So one thing that I noticed when I listen to these Sennheisers, and a lot of it probably has to do with the lavalier mic, but I like the crispness of the audio recording that comes from this. You get a nice low end and a nice high end, and they could be very far apart. That's not necessarily a good thing, because what happens is that when you actually get nice crisp audio like this, you tend to actually spend a little bit more time doing more audio processing on the back end, because what you often need to do when you actually get that type of nice crisp audio is you need to compress it down a little bit, normalize it, and then do a little bit of noise reduction. Whereas with the Rode mics, they kind of do that internally for you. You don't really notice it until you actually compare it with other lavaliers and other wireless sets, but the Rode mics are really good at, just getting fast product out, because they kind of do a little bit of processing for you in the background, or at least that's what I feel like, because I just don't tend to have to do very much with the Rode audio that's coming out of the Rode Wireless Go. But with the Sennheisers, I definitely think you can probably do a little bit more audio processing. You don't necessarily have to do that, but you will notice that it's a little bit crisper. A lot of people probably won't care. I think you will get better quality audio if you spend a little bit of time audio processing coming out of these Sennheisers. At least that's my opinions on that. A lot of people, when they first work with audio, they think there's only one version of good quality, when it's just like video, it's just like photography. There's different types of quality, and you're going to have to find one that you really like. A lot of people are going to like the Rode ones. A lot of people are going to like the Sennheisers. That's the reason why I say there's really no clear winner, and it's good to have this type of variety. Now, if you ask me if I can only buy one, which one you would want to buy? Well, if you're going to take advice from a YouTuber, then I would probably suggest that you go with the Rode Wireless Go, because it's the most compact, versatile, great battery life, great form factor. But if you're an audio engineer and you have time in a DAW system and you feel very comfortable, processing audio, I would tell you to go with the Sennheisers, because I think they do sound a little bit crisper. But again, those are my opinions. You definitely want to try this stuff, get more opinions before you buy it. But I really do need to spend some more time with these Sennheisers to get a better opinion on this. I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, definitely leave in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to answer your questions. But that's really all I know about these Sennheiser mics right now. I'll definitely be using them throughout the year, and hopefully I'll do a more in-depth comparison a little bit later on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.